Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. Super excited about this video. It's super interesting and I can't wait to hear your feedback. Just a little note on the plant giveaway from this cabinet build. I've got that video, I'll link it below. And I'm giving away one of the cuttings that I got in the video. I got sponsored and they gifted me some cuttings, and I'm going to give one of them away to you guys just as a kind gesture to keep giving. I got given, so I'm going to keep giving to everyone else. So I'll leave that video below and the instructions on how to enter the giveaway down in the description. So this video is all about, so I was doing a meditation, and as I was in the meditation I started to channel about different things. I was asking different questions, and basically they started to give me loads of information about plants and their souls and their contracts and why they come into our lives and stuff like that. And I thought it was really cool, and it would be a great video idea to share with you guys. And honestly, this was kind of my view on changing this channel. Like, I still want to be a very spiritual channel. I still want to do all of the channeling. Like, it makes me feel so happy when I do it, so I want to continue to do that. But also my love for plants and caring for plants and how that makes me feel, it just fills my heart up so much too. And incorporating them, this is kind of what I envisioned, but I never knew that this would come out. So I have lots of notes here, and I will be reading from the notes too. So basically I got told that some plants come into our lives to heal and transmute energy. They basically, a soul reincarnates as a plant to come into our life to help heal a certain situation, to help you know, you learn lessons, to help raise your frequency, and just in general, like transmuting any negative or unwanted energy and giving you a little boost. I thought this was amazing because I think when we choose to reincarnate, we can choose to reincarnate into anything. We can choose to reincarnate into a tree, a plant, you know, a freaking rock, like whatever we want. Like, every single thing in the planet is energy, and we can reincarnate into any of that energy. And even though I knew that, getting told this still blew my mind, because it's just like, you never think of it in this way. So anyways, a soul reincarnated as a plant, and then the plant helps, because it's like, you know, a high frequency plant, it'll help transmute the energy in your home, in your being, and just help you heal. So all of the people out there that feel like they truly resonate with plants, and they just feel so, they don't know why they enjoy it, but they just enjoy it, it's because it's really helping you heal, and it's helped transmuting any of that unwanted energy. I have heard a lot of people say that, you know, like, them caring for their plants just makes their like mental health so much better, and it really truly does. And I'm sure you've got a few plants in your collection that have put in their soul contract that they writ before they reincarnated here on this earth to come into your home at a certain time to help you heal whatever it is you're going through, or transmute whatever energy that you're trying to get past, and yeah, to really assist you. And I just think that's so beautiful. And yeah, I think it's really fun how, like, we just gravitate towards plants and we don't really know why. It's like, some people like really unique plants and we don't know why. It's like, you know, sometimes they don't look at exactly like everyone would go for, but that person just resonates with it, and there's always a reason behind that, so you should never feel guilty. bringing plants into your home. I think it's beautiful. Okay, so the next one is plants are aware of other soul plants in your collection. So for example, just to explain that, so the plants that come here to help us, they reincarnate, they know who they're going to meet, and they actually have a preference of who they want to be by. And I thought that was really funny. Like, it made me like feel like, you know, it's kind of like their character. So they kind of want to be near their friends, you know, the souls that they know, and they've reincarnated in this planet at the same time, in this one home, and they chose to be near each other. So it's funny how sometimes we have plants that are meant to do good in these certain conditions, and then they're not. So we end up moving them around, and then they're fine, and it's like, well, you're meant to do good over here on the windowsill, but I moved you over here, and you're doing okay now. Like, what happened? But it's just because they wanted to be near their friend. So each soul of the plant knows each other, and they're aware at a soul level, and they're conscious of who they're by, and they prefer to be near certain plants. Some don't care, some just want to be in your home, but some they do care, and they are aware of the souls around them. And yeah, I just kind of thought that was a bit insane. Okay, so plants and animals can be in the home for similar or the same reasons, to help heal and transmute energy and raise their frequency, as I said before. And they're also aware of each other's contracts and missions. Again, like before, I said that plants are reincarnating here to help us heal, but also our animals do that too. So I know that my son, we got a cat, and I was getting told before this, my guides, my high self, whoever it was, they were telling me before it even came that we're getting a cat, and I was like, no, we're not. It's just not happening. And they were saying, well, it's going to help your son, you know, he's coming anyway. It's in the contract, he's coming, he'll find a way to you, however it works, however it happens, it's going to come. So just be prepared. And they told me that this cat was gonna be his little guardian and just help really heal him, kind of like a spirit guide, help heal his anxiety and help him cope with his anxiety. Of course, we ended up getting the cat. So that's an animal that is here with a soul mission. There's also, I'm sure, plants here, well, I know of one that is here with a soul mission too. So I have many plants in my collection, and my cat has never ever touched one of them. Once, as he was jumping past, his leg accidentally knocked one over, but it was like no mess, like it was fine. I fixed it in 2 seconds, nothing ever happened. He never touches my plants, like he just leaves them alone. And then my brother has a plant here, and he pretty much, like, the few days after he got it, like in the same week, the cat got to the plant. So my brother's plant was in the middle of mine on the windowsill, and it was like literally in the middle of a whole row of my plants, and he had that one. And Bobby didn't touch any of my plants, he only went to my brother's, and he destroyed it. He like ate it, he like dug it out, he just did all sorts to this plant. I fixed it and propagated it, so he's grown his plant back, it's fine. But he was obviously very upset, and when I was channeling this, they was explaining to me that this is why it happens. It's because the cat is aware at a soul level that you know, he needs to learn a lesson of some sort, whether it's like I can't remember what lesson he was learning. I think it was because he thought you know, other people, like, he can't always have like nice things, it gets taken away, something like that. I really can't remember, this was ages ago now. So he was learning that lesson of, do you know what, you can have nice things, and you can, you know, things not always going to get taken from you. So he had to learn that lesson, and to learn that lesson, the soul of the cat and also the soul of the plant reincarnated at that time to give him the lesson. And I just thought that was really cool, because the plant and the cat are aware of each other. They're consciously aware of each other's souls, and you know, kind of like their higher selves, and they're able to team up to help or teach us lessons and heal things to help us move forward. And that was just really cool. But yeah, he's never touched his plants since. He learnt the lesson straight away. He's never touched any of his plants, and now his plant is thriving. He shows me the new leaf all the time. Like, yeah, so we're doing good. His plant is safe. But yeah, so even though the cat originally came in to help my son, and his anxiety, it still helps others in the household. Like, it doesn't mean that it's only just for that one mission. It could have multiple missions, and like the plant might have the plant's soul contract might say to help him with that one lesson, but also to help him heal other things, or help him learn to meditate, or whatever it is, you know, because you don't have to just sit there and meditate. As you're repotting, as you're, you know, caring for this plant, it's kind of like a meditative state. So yeah, we can have multiple different missions, multiple different purposes for them to come into our lives. They can team up together with not just plants, but also, you know, animals in our home, people in our home, and I thought that was really special. So next one is, some plants do not like crystals being in their pots. So I think I have one here. This one has always had this crystal in its pot. It's so cute little. It is I think it's a moss agate. I don't know. I've always just kept it in this one. I was painting my daughter's nails, so my nails are all red and like splodgy. But yeah, this one has always done great. So just trial and error of what, you know, what you feel like they're enjoying or what they're not. But some crystals, some plants, as I said before, are here for a certain reason. They are here, let's say, to heal a certain person. So their frequency of what they are naturally at is going to heal that person, and they don't want us to interfere by putting crystals on of a different frequency that's going to interfere with their pure frequency of healing. And yeah, they just, it's not that it's like a detrimental thing, it's just that they prefer not to. It's just their personal choice. But other plants like, they love crystals. They like all of the crystals, mixture of crystals, whatever it is. So yeah, if you find that every time you put a crystal on that plant, somebody like moves it, or like, let's say if like you have children and one of the children move it all the time, or it seems to always go missing, or you repot it and forget to put the crystal back in there, or whatever it is, maybe that's a sign of that plant is not really wanting a crystal in its pot, or maybe it's a different crystal, who knows. But yeah, it's not always a good thing to put crystals in your plants, but some plants, they love it. I hope that makes sense. Okay, so the next one is, plants don't like chemicals in the water. So this is a really interesting one. We already know that some plants don't like tap water. They're really fuzzy about it, and we call them like the diva plants. I think that's really funny because I avoid them plants, I'm not gonna lie. But now I kind of understand more of on an energetic level of why they are like that. So they don't like the frequency of the water when it's got chemicals in, because they are of higher frequency, and then the contrast between that and then the chemicals in the water really interferes, and it makes it really hard for them to integrate here on the earth as like a plant. Like, the frequencies are just so different, it makes them struggle. Some can grin and bear it, but they still don't like it. So that's why your plants will always thrive more with like rainwater, or maybe you know, distilled water I think some people use. But also adding on from that, they also said the plants that are super sensitive to tap water, that do not tolerate it, they don't do well in using tap water at all, are almost like an equivalent in us as like a starseed or us as an empath. So if you imagine an empath walking into a room full of people that are worried, they're anxious, they're feeling all the different feels, and you as an empath can feel everyone else's emotions, so you're taking on that and it's making you feel anxious, worried, like, oh, like overwhelmed, like everything's coming onto you. And it's really hard to be that high frequency when you are feeling like everyone else's emotions. So that's the same as that diva plant that doesn't like tap water at all, or any chemically water. Is because they're feeling so much of their that frequency of all the chemicals in the water, and because they're such a sensitive, highly empathic plant, they're just taking on too much of that crystals, and they don't have anything in place to help them almost like filter out them chemicals. It's just too hard for them to adjust at such a drastic difference. So before I was saying that plants don't like chemicals in the water because of the difference in frequencies, but can you imagine a super high frequency and then a really low dense frequency, and trying to match them together? It's just too much of a difference, too much of a clash, and it really affects the plant and its frequency. So that's why it actually happens. It kind of makes me feel like I understand them more now. And also, on the other aspect of it, them plants are the star seeds of all the plants. So their frequency is such a high frequency that they are transmuting so much energy. They are raising the frequency of your home. Maybe you live in a portal house like me, where you know the frequency just needs to really have a kick up the arse and change into positive if it's been momentum of negative. Just, or even on a ley line, like activating like other people by a beautiful starseed plant coming into our home, and anyone that comes into our home for whatever reason is just activated and in different ways by this starseed plant is a really cool thing. So us starseeds that walk around and we naturally awaken other people around us and naturally like change other people's frequency around us, so do these plants. And if you think about it, how cool is that they are going into people's homes that are not awakened at all, they are not open to anything spiritual at all, but they still need healing, they still need help, and this is a way for the plants to actually help heal them people without making them feel uncomfortable about the spiritual stuff. And I just thought that was really cool. So the next one is, do plants mind being in our homes? So like I was really like, when I realised when I was channeling this, I got to the end, I was like, oh my god, what if they don't even like it? Like, what if they're just like, I don't know. I was just started to like worry, like, do my plants like being here? Like, I hope they do. Like I always kind of felt a little bit uncomfortable about, like, you know, like if they're meant to be in nature, should we leave them in nature? Like, what are we meant to do? What is the balance? And they said that actually that's the reason that they reincarnate into our homes and to come into our lives, because they enjoy being in our homes, they enjoy being around us and fulfilling us. And maybe at a soul level we actually knew that soul in a past life. Maybe that was our mum or sister or whatever it is, or best friend in that plan, and that's chose to reincarnate on this earth to be around us, but maybe they just didn't want the dense harshness of being a human on this planet right now, so they chose to be around us in a plant, and they want to be in our home and see us. So I thought that was really cool. Definitely made me feel a lot better and a lot less guilty for having so many plants. And then also they did say that some choose to reincarnate in the wild, and we should respect that. We should really try our best to protect it and to make sure that their wishes are honoured. So if plants are in the wild, don't like go and take them on, you know, try and take them into your home and, you know, take cuttings off things that are not meant to be they're meant to be in wild. Leave them there and try and do everything you can to protect that, and yeah, to just basically honour their wishes. They chose to be there, and there's plenty of shops that have plants, so we don't need to go and get it from the wild. So yeah, I thought that was really, really cool. I loved doing the video. Make sure you go and check out the other video below that I talked about before when I built this, that took me bloody ages. I am going to be giving away one of the cuttings in there that I got gifted in my sponsor. I thought it'd be really beautiful that every time I got sponsored by gifted plants, or a plant or a cutting, whatever it is, then I want to give one of them on to someone else. I want to make sure that the happiness is spreading, and I think that's one of the most beautiful things in the spiritual community, where we can really spread joy and happiness. And I know, by being a plant parent myself, that just one small cutting can make your week. It can make you feel so good if you just have like, it doesn't even have to be a whole leaf, it could just be a little node and like a wet stick, and it still makes you so happy. And I think that's just such a beautiful thing, and I know for a fact that if I do this and I gift someone a cutting, then they're gonna do that in the future when they're able to. A feather, I don't know if you can see it, it's so tiny. Oh, it's gone. See, it's a sign. We're meant to gift cuttings, we're meant to spread the planty joy and help everyone feel good, help that soul plant get to the right owner. So yeah, I just think it's a really beautiful thing that if I do it, I think other people will then pass on that joy and pass on that love and generosity, so then it can just continue to go. And yeah, that just makes me feel really, really happy. And no matter how amazing and how big or small the plant cuttings that I would get on this channel, because I am intending to grow this channel very big, just to let you know. So then in the future, if I get maybe more expensive cuttings, I'm still going to be giving them away. I'm still going to be honouring what I've said now, and everything I get given, I'm going to give one away. So yeah, I just thought that would be really freaking cool. Anyways, this is the second time I've done this video because the other one was crap. So I hope this one's better. I hope you enjoy it. Subscribe below, because we need to build this community of spiritual, planty people and everything in between. Even if you're not spiritual and you just love plants, that's fine. Even if you're spiritual and you're not really interested in plants, it's fine. Just subscribe, because you're going to enjoy some of it. So yeah. Anyways, that's it. I will see you in my next video. I hope you enjoy your day, drink lots of water, and I will see you later.